What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about a couple different topics. We're going to be talking about some news and some trade talk, maybe a little bit of signing talk, a little bit of everything. So make sure to stay locked in here by liking and subscribing to the Andrew Piluk Hockey channel. I'd love to have more hockey conversations with you guys. I love talking Leafs. And shout out to everybody who's stuck around here. I greatly appreciate you guys. I love you guys. But let's get into some fun news to start off the day. The Maple Leafs put the pen to paper on a deal with their top selection from the 2024 NHL draft, and that is Ben Danford. Now, he's signing his 3-year entry-level contract. He signed it today at the time I'm recording this Friday, 3:50 p.m. here on a beautiful August 2nd day. Now, the team selected the Oshawa Generals defenseman with their 31st overall pick, and they acquired him technically in a trade with the Ducks. They were just swapping picks. They also acquired the number 58 pick in the deal. You guys know that. He's 6'1", 190 pounds. He played 64 games for the Gens last year in the OHL, scoring 1 goal and 33 points. He added 4 more goals and 10 points in 21 playoff games, so he stepped it up a little bit there. It's really cool. And the Leafs are his hometown team, so that's pretty cool. He was really happy to be selected growing up. I've been a lifelong diehard Leafs fan, and to get drafted by them, it means so much more. And so I can't wait to get started. Now, he also explains himself as a competitive guy and a guy that does anything for the team to win. Block shots, can play a two-way game, defense first, and can contribute offensively as well. Danford is the first defenseman that the Maple Leafs have chosen in the first round since Rasmus Sandin in 2018. Now, he's got the passion. He's a Leaf fan. He grew up a Leaf fan, so that's pretty cool. But I know that the Leafs like this pick, and so a lot of Leaf fans, including myself, were going to be happy with this if they selected a defenseman. I want the Leafs to keep building up that blue line, stock up the cupboards when it comes to the blue line, because for some reason the Leafs never develop a ton of defensemen at the same time. It's always like one every few years. Let's get a few going at the same time. Danford is going to be a guy that I hope the Maple Leafs can really work with. Now, when it comes to looking at a prospect and looking at, a scouting report, I always want to go past just what the team and what Leaf fans are thinking about him. So I went to Elite Prospects, and from their 2024 NHL Draft Guide, they said Ben Danford thinks the game in a more advanced way than most. He knows how to defend in zone and how to move the puck up the ice, and he always plays the opposition physically. So he closes his gap before the blue line, pressures the opposition all over the zone, and shows a lot of poise on retrieval, spinning off forecheckers and attracting them before passing. So he likes to play physical. He likes to get in there and stop before they can even get something going in the zone. He's a guy that's defense first but can make a clean pass out of his own. That's what the Leafs need. You need guys that are going to go out there, play the game physically, give guys on their team the puck cleanly. Let's get out of our own zone clean. Let's not make dumb plays. Let's not make dumb decisions. And he's going to play physical. That's all they need. They need to keep getting guys like that. A lot of people explain that he could probably be a top 4 guy, but, a really good number 5. But I think the way that people are talking about him and the way that his draft stock kind of went up a little bit, especially in the playoffs and the OHL, like I said, with the Oshawa Generals, people are saying that he is more suited to be a top 4 guy in the future. Maybe it takes a little bit more time to go out there and get this guy developed into that. But the Leafs have a really good facility. They've got good coaches that'll be able to get this guy ready. And I believe in the Marley system, so let's see what he does. But really good to see that he signed his entry-level deal. Sorry, I think I might have just kicked the camera a little bit there. My apologies. But anyways, the next little bit of news I want to get to is a lot of people are still asking me about Nick Robertson and where it's going. Now, you guys know me on this channel. I'm a guy that likes to see both sides. And I know people are like, just trade him, get rid of him. He's 22 years old. The Leafs have done this rinse and repeat with so many guys before that were young, and they gave up on them because of playing time and because of the coaches and not seeing their potential. And I don't want the Leafs to keep doing this. Nick Robertson doesn't have arbitration rights. He's saying he doesn't want to play for the Leafs. He's requesting a trade. But I think that with a new coach, they could unlock something. But the problem is that they might not have a spot for him, okay? So this is kind of what Daily Faceoff is looking at when it comes to their lines. Nyes, Matthews, Marner, McMahon, which I don't think he'll end up in the top 6 because I think Nyes is going to play on the second line. I think they're still going to use Domi with Matthews, and I also think Nylander and Marner might flip. But Holmberg, Domi, Yarncroke, Dewar, who just signed his deal, David Kampf, and Ryan Reeves. And the Maple Leafs also just got a little bit of depth in terms of, they still have Steves, but they just signed Alex Nylander, who actually finished the season really well with Columbus. And if he has a good camp, who knows? Maybe the Leafs want to use him on the wing as well. There's some guys on here that he's objectively better than. And you guys are obviously going to disagree with this. But again, I want to show you guys his numbers and tell you what I'm talking about a little bit here. And I've explained this so many times. You have to look at ice time and you have to look at production, okay? He scored 14 times in 11 minutes on average per night. So he had 27 points in 56 games played, 14 goals, and he was only playing around 11 minutes. That's like basically third line to fourth line minutes. That's almost nothing. And he has defensive struggles. And that's why I'm wondering if the Maple Leafs would probably want to play him with a more defensively sound guy. And I keep thinking to myself, why don't the Leafs try a Tavares, Robertson, Marner line on the second line to see if they can get something going there? Because Tavares and Marner are really sound defensively. And, you can say whatever you want about Tavares, but defensively, he still plays pretty sound in his own zone, okay? I know there's people that don't think so. Just watch the games. There's a reason why this guy takes a lot of draws. I think that the Leafs would want him playing with a guy like Robertson. And Marner is obviously really sound defensively. He's one of the best defensive top 6 guys in the league, in my opinion. He plays a lot on the penalty kill, scores a bunch shorthanded. So if you have a guy like Robertson playing with those guys and learning the way to play with them, especially with somebody like Marner feeding him the puck, you never know what that could do. But at bare minimum, you could also still play him on that third line because him and Domi had a little bit of chemistry. And then you also have a guy like Calle Yarncroke who's really sound defensively, but also can chip in offensively. So I do believe that there's spots for him still available on this team. And he doesn't have a lot of options. If the Leafs choose that they're not going to sign him, or that he's not going to get traded, the Leafs will just be like, look, play this year out. You've got a new coach in Berube. You've got a new system, new assistant coaches. Prove to him in camp that you're one of the better guys out there. Light the lamp. Show us. That's what they should do. And I honestly think he should be up for that challenge. And I do believe that it would be the right move to do before just moving on from this guy. Because if the Maple Leafs do what they've done so many times and just give up on a guy that has potential, and I know he's got injury trouble, but he cleaned it up with 56 games, and that's what's frustrating for him because before it was the injury trouble, and then after that it was Sheldon Keefe not playing him. So he played in almost 60 games. He scored really well. Like this is a good clip for a bottom 6 forward. This is exactly what you wanted out of this guy, and now we're going to have to see what happens. I want him to stay on this team. I think it'll be a huge mistake if he goes. Like, if you let this guy go to a team like Anaheim and just let him rip shots all game, he's scoring 25 easily. Don't quote me on it. But I do believe he could score 20-plus goals. Like, he scored 14 in 56 games. This guy plays 82 games and plays 13, 14 minutes a night. 20 goals. Easily. And the Leafs would take that. They need depth scoring. They got to fix his game defensively, but with more time played, he could do that. I truly believe that. So let me know what you guys think down below. If you're new here, like, subscribe, join the squad. Love to have you guys here. Thank you so much, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video or stream. Peace.